We're going to talk about the endless today.
The endless.
The wonderful endless. So basically, we're going to start with the history.
Spoiler, some of them do end.
Not completely, but they may appear in different forms, but usually have light skin and black hair, because that's what Neil Gaiman or Gaiman wanted.
That's his style.
Yes, that's his.
I want him to be me.
Exactly. Pale as fuck with black hair. With the
Doesn't
exception,
he look like Death sometimes?
sometimes, yeah.
Like he the same like crazy hair sticking around?
Oh, you mean Sandman?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Sandman. Yeah.
With the exception of the redhead's destruction and delirium.
Destruction and delirium.
Yep. Their appearance can change to fit the expectation of others. When asked by Marco Polo if Dream is always so pale, the Dream King replies, that depends on who's watching. So, which sounds kind of creepy, but
Kind of fucking pervy shit are you people into?
I'll take whatever form you want. The origin and exact nature of the endless is unknown, and few hints are given as the exactly why the endless exists, which has kind of been talked about a little bit in DC Comics. Basically, whenever a universe comes into creation, you get destiny, which is created, death, because humans start to live. Like, every one of the endless is just innate to that universe.
Isn't it just that whole Gaiman theory, like the American gods, where the humans' belief or like a collective human belief in a certain thing makes it real?
No, it's actually a little bit different than the American God series,
Like made it different?
in the fact that it's just intrinsic. So, like, once life comes to exist, there's death.
Death comes knocking.
Or, like every one of the endless, like, there's always going to be delirium, there's always going to be destruction, there's always going to be death, there's always going to be destiny, because there's a destiny set out for every person. Every living being dreams. Like, all the endless have, like, they just exist.
Yeah.
Like, nobody has to believe in them, nobody has to care about them, they're just there. It's kind of like Eternity from Marvel, where eternity is just created once a universe is created. Few hints are ever given as to exactly why the endless exists, and like I said, there is a little bit of like reason for it. It's more implied that they are natural processes.
Okay.
While it is stated outright that they are the children of time and night, this may be true only in the abstract sense. So it's kind of like hinted at that that's their parents, basically, but
Then they were adopted.
yeah, they were, basically. The endless are as old as the concepts that they represent, and although exact ages for many of them is unavailable, only relative ones are, they are known to have at least existed far longer than that of Earth has. Because they're universal aspects, not like earthly aspects.
Damn, they must be real busy.
Yeah. This is possible because of the existence of many advanced alien civilizations from long before the creation of the Earth, such as the Owens and a bunch of the others. One example of this is whenever Dream is recognized by Martian Manhunter as the dream god on ancient Mars, as well as in the Endless Nights chapter, Dream, the Heart of the Star, which takes place before the sun's planets have awakened with life. Death has claimed that she was there when the first living thing stirred, and Destiny has said that Dream had given the Earth itself the fond dream of being able to support life. Like I said, they're abstract.
So they make what? Like the planets are also sentient?
Kind of, yeah. Kind of like, have you ever heard of Mogo?
Yeah.
I mean, living planet.
Like Ego from Marvel?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Only with a power ring. Or a power battery, I believe.
He's got a whole battery.
Yeah, it's a Green Lantern.
Yeah. Huh.
He is one of the Green Lanterns. So, their functions and domains. The endless spend most of their time fulfilling their functions as embodiments of natural forces. For example, Death leads souls of the dead away from the realm of the living, while Dream oversees the realms of dream and imagination, and regulates dreams and inspiration.
Fucking Dream must love me.
I don't know, inspiration.
Goddamn fountain of shit I can't keep. You know what? You know my one storyteller problem is, if I could focus on one project, it'd be fun. Like if I really condense, like if I somehow could fucking hold on to the right. Cause like okay, cause I get an idea, right? And I crunch it down so I can focus on it, right? And then like out of one side, something will pop out. Like you know what'd be cool? You know what I mean? Like you know what else?
That crack that form?
Yeah, like if I could just hold it in this fucking state and crystallize it until it's in its full form, I can make a good story.
without the walls breaking. As
Yeah,
it
but that
happens.
was so like Japan's pretty cool. You know, like it'd be like a different setting for no reason. What about this fight scene that has nothing to do with the storyline at all? And I'm just like, so fucking hold on to it. If I could do that,
It's like trying to hold in those gravitational forces of just energy.
because it's like on a fucking endless fountain of just random ideas and fucking of the dialogue and fucking scenes and set. I'm just like, God, if I can just hold on to one from page 1 to page 200,
Yeah.
I'd be done. Like I could have 100 movie ideas by tomorrow, and they're fucking worthless if they're not fucking completed.
Right. See? So Dream would love you then. Some of the endless are more dedicated to their tasks than others. The young endless, especially Desire, are known to play games with mortal lives.
Fucking perverts.
Your desires. Destruction, often called the prodigal, abandoned his duties altogether. It didn't care anymore about destruction. If one of the endless are destroyed, then he or she will be replaced by another aspect of their role. So they don't technically, like I said, they're natural forces.
Reincarnate?
Kind of, yeah. So it's kind of like the way Darkseid is with his avatars. The endless are avatars of these natural phenomena.
Okay.
So if one of, like, say for instance, if Morpheus had been destroyed completely from Sandman, then another aspect would have created itself.
Where's Neo? How did he figure in all this?
Neo.
He's the chosen one. He even flies like Superman.
But he doesn't block the bullets, he just stops them.
It's like, nah, you're not ruining this fucking jacket.
His leather jacket. But this does not occur if they are simply absent or inactive, which is one of the reasons why Morpheus was never replaced by another aspect of Dream.
Just retired?
Basically. And his domain fell into shambles. So, in such cases,
So I can rest and watch the sunrise on a glorious universe. Like Thanos go to a fucking farm to retire after he fucked up half the universe.
well, you remember what happened to Morpheus, though, right? Where he got caught and was stuck in he was trapped in a ceiling circle.
Was he butt ass naked too for some reason?
Yeah.
They took all my clothes away.
They did. They took away his important stuff.
It's like, no, we didn't. You fucking took them off and you didn't. Yeah.
He took him off when he walked in.
Yeah, you came out butt ass.
In such cases, the aspect of existence supervised by that member of the endless becomes more random and chaotic.
Nothing more unsettling than this really skinny guy with a fucking massive dick. It's like, how does that shit not weigh him down?
How did he not toppling over?
Like 94 pounds and 14 inches of cock. That's what I imagine Morpheus just walking around with a fucking steel mallet. Fucking all ribs and dick.
He's got no muscle.
Yeah, I just fuck. Enjoy that imagery, people.
He was giving somebody the dream that they wanted. Each of the endless has a realm in which they are the absolute sovereign of. Within their realm, each member of the endless has a gallery containing symbols or sigils of the other endless. The endless may contact each other by holding the appropriate sigil and calling for that member of the endless. And Destiny is also able to call his siblings using his gallery of portraits that he has, like aspects of their pictures.
I like to draw my cousins and brothers. Yes.
You got Morpheus just standing there.
Butt ass naked.
Symbols of dick.
Jesus.
The endless are generally uncomfortable in each other's realms. They do not travel into the realms of their siblings except whenever absolutely necessary. Death is the exception, as her role requires that she have the ability to freely travel wherever she needs to go.
Isn't her final destiny to put them all to rest or something?
Yes, and the universe.
Yeah, I remember that.
And lock the universe's key.
That she eats it.
Kind of, yeah.
She's got to chill at the end of existence by herself?
Yeah.
Or does she also fade?
And then she basically gets rid of herself
It's fucking
at
wild.
the end of existence.
God dang, that's some trippy shit.
Yeah. In addition to overseeing...
We think I hit a weed? She just fucking disappears, man.
Hey, bro.
And then they're like, fuck, man. They start freaking out.
Hey, as long as we don't start sounding like Terrence, we're good. We're good.
Terrence?
Yeah, the Terrence Howard, I think, isn't that his name?
Oh, yeah, the original Iron Man or War Machine.
God, that dude. Jesus Christ. In addition to overseeing their own sphere of influence, the Endless also help to define their own opposites. So like for Sandman, it's dream and also nightmare. Death, it's life and death. The God, if I can even fucking talk. The dualistic aspect of the endless have been confirmed in the case of death, who not only ends lives, but also begins them. So she ushers in new life whenever she takes out an old life. Destruction has an interest in creative pastimes, including art, poetry, and even cooking, even though he is really good at them. So like he will create even though he's a destroyer. Dream seems to have some shape over reality. A dream of 1,000 cats in which a large number of entities dreaming of an alternate reality create a new reality and make it so that the reality was only one that existed since the beginning of times.
Inception.
Yeah, kind of. Have you ever seen that?
And a dream of a dream, also dreaming about a dream in a dream. three layers of dreams.
Have you ever seen that episode? A Dreaming of 1,000 Cats? I think they adapted it to that Sandman show that's on Netflix.
Uh-huh.
I think it's the very last episode. It's something that you should watch, though. It's pretty good. We're going to go over each of the endless at this point now, though. The endless are not known to have proper names, although Dream has a habit of collecting different names for himself.
My name is Gary.
God. They're each known by their respective function. Like I said, they're aspects of nature rather than like entities that do whatever they want anytime they want without they're not like the new gods or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
They're literally just aspects of nature that have like some autonomy. So we have Destiny, the oldest of the endless. Destiny appears as a blind man dressed in gray or brown robes, carrying a large book. The book is chained to him, or he is chained to the book.
He's blind?
Yeah, he's blind.
He's Braille? I'm genuinely curious. He's blind. What the hell's he reading?
Or he is chained to the book. Neither of them have existence separate from one another, though.
Damn.
So the book and him are literally one entity. And within the book is written the entire sum of existence, past, present, and future. Everything.
That he can't read.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Destiny seems the most possessed by his function and responsibilities of any of the endless. He rarely demonstrates his personality. His symbol is a book. That's literally what his symbol is. His speech appears as a regular word balloon, though, with letters in italics in the comic books.
Okay.
But then we have Death. Death appears as a spunky, attractive, level-headed young goth girl.
That's what you're fucking gaming's into for sure.
She wears an ankh, one of those Egyptian symbols,
Egyptians.
representing the afterlife, and usually has an eye of Horus painted under one of her eyes. She prefers to dress and act casually and is on better terms with Dream than any of the other endless. Her symbol is the ankh itself, so whenever they want to talk to her, they pick that up. Her speech is presented in regular letters, like a regular word balloon in the comic books. Unlike her siblings, she has no predisposition to follow the rules that the rest of the endless follow. She doesn't really follow.
She's a goth.
Yeah. Literally like a goth. Death takes on different forms in the DC universe. Death is often portrayed as a result or consequence of the primordial crisis energies acting on the universe. The Death Force and the Void Wind are two of the 7 hidden forces of reality that allows for death to occur even to gods. Because she reaps the gods as well, basically. Kind of like in Supernatural, where Death said that he'll even reap God one day.
Did he though? Did he?
Yeah.
Didn't what's his name? Their brother take care of God? The Dean and Winch, Sam's younger brother. Didn't he get so much power that he defeated God?
No, it was Jack was the character.
Jack, yeah, that's that.
But he wasn't related to him.
Oh, okay. Who was he?
He was the son of Lucifer and a presidential assistant son.
Presidential assistant?
Yeah, like the president of the United States. It was a weird.
Damn, Supernatural, you sure fucking went off the rails sometimes.
Yeah, but it was Lucifer's son.
So he was powerful enough to finally defeat God?
Yeah.
Didn't he like reshape heaven and everything?
Yeah, at the end.
Wild.
And they should have ended the entire series one episode sooner than they did. And that would have been perfect.
Right before Dean and Sam went back on their hunt.
Ah, that's so stupid.
Quite an interesting end for sure.
Yeah, I don't know why they ended it that way, to be fair.
That is true.
Death, even in that show, Death actually in that show was kind of similar to the Death in the Endless. It was like a natural force. It exists whether they want it to or not. Death is death.
Yeah, because he wasn't really much. He wasn't much of a horseman.
No,
He's more just like just
a natural aspect.
Yeah.
The death that we've seen in Supernatural was like the avatar of death, basically, that had like its own conscience.
Yeah.
But even if that death, like character in quotes, was killed, which he was, death still happens because death is
right
natural. Yeah, and that's kind of how the endless work as well. If like Morpheus was killed, dreams still exist. It's not like it's just going to go away at some point. Let's see here. Death is often portrayed as a primordial entity or force of the universe. The black is the black force. The black force energy. It reminds me of Nikes, like the Air Forces.
Jesus Christ.
But the way
Yeah.
the black Air Forces.
So black Air Forces.
Which is strongly associated with death and acts as an enemy of all life forces, such as the green or the red. Necron is the lord of the unliving and representative of death on the emotional electromagnetic spectrum, who acts as leader of the Black Lantern Corps.
Oh yeah, Necron. That.
Yeah.
Man, that wasn't Necron though. What was the one that fucking licked Thomas Wayne's skull or Bruce Wayne's skull?
Was it the Black Glove or something like
Yeah, he's like, they fucking drew that in such fucking detail. Like of anything else that I've ever seen. He just like right through the eye socket. And I'm like, what the fuck is the point of this? DC, what the fuck are y'all doing?
Well, they have a goth girl too as death, so you know.
It was such a weird scene.
Many gods that hold responsibility for death or locations of afterlife are often placed here through association. Azurius is the apocalyptian god of death and a member of the Four Horsemen. The Black Racer represents the death of the new gods. Hronmir is the Martian god of death. And then gods that originate from many of Earth's cultures that also are present. Black Flash is an entity created by the Speed Force that represents death to speedsters and acts as an antagonist to the Flash family. Basically, they're all subsidiary to the actual death, the goth girl.
Damn.
They're just representations of her, basically. Like I said, it's a natural force. So then we have Dream. Dream has taken on at least two different forms in the DC comics. One was Morpheus. Dream's usual appearance is a tall, pale man, wild, dark.
Was just strikingly like Neil Gaiman.
Talk about self-insert.
Yeah.
He dresses in a shapeless cloak of night with flames dancing in its folds.
19-inch penis. Much like Neil Gaiman.
Even if it's pretend or not. It's like, this is what it's supposed to be. His eyes are pools of shadows with glimmers of light within. He is known by many names, most commonly Morpheus. He has a long history of an insensitivity towards others, and throughout the Sandman series, he must come to deal with his past cruelties throughout the entire thing.
Much like Neil Gaiman. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know what I'm sure he's just a chill dude.
He is very concerned with fulfilling his responsibilities. His symbol is his dream helm, made from the spine and skull of a long-dead god.
Some random person?
Like just a random god.
Yeah, here you go.
It's one of the new gods.
Fucking Thor's fucking neck and skull.
His word balloons usually have wavy edges and a black background outlined with white lettering. Then we have Daniel Hall. The second aspect of Dream of the Endless appears as a tall, pale young man with white hair and a white costume. With a green ruby collar around his neck, like Morpheus, his eyes are formed by shadows with a glimmer of light in their center. Before becoming the new Dream at the end of the Sandman, he was a young boy named Daniel. Daniel was born in dreams to Lita Trevor Hall and the ghost of Hector Hall.
Hector Hall.
Dr. Fate.
Damn.
Yep. He is generally softer in his approach than Morpheus was. Daniel carries an emerald green stone along with a symbol, although his symbol remains the same, that of the dream helm. The difference being that he has white backgrounds with black lettering, so reverse of Morpheus. Yes. So we had Morpheus, and then he gave up the aspect of dream to Daniel.
He should have made an anagram of Morpheus.
I know.
That would have made more sense.
It would have made a lot more sense. But it's Daniel Hall instead.
That or like reverse letters. whatever Morpheus is reversed, probably terrible.
Hang on, what would that be? That would be Sue Hep Rum.
Yeah,
Sue Hep Rum.
never mind. Do an anagram instead.
But Daniel Hall was, like I said, he was the son of Hector Hall. So it ties in with the DC universe, it being Dr. Fate at one point. Then we have Destruction, a very large, robust man with red hair, who sometimes appears bearded and sometimes shaven. Destruction abandoned his responsibilities to one of the Endless 300 years ago, causing much conflict between him and his siblings. He has a passion for creative and constructive endeavors, but little talent in doing them. His symbol is the sword, obviously for destruction. Since abandoning his realm, he is often referred to as a prodigal or brother rather than destruction by his siblings. Basically, it's like you're not fucking real destruction. Because destruction still exists.
Fucking disown you.
Basically, yes. Because, like I said, natural forces, destruction still exists, but the avatar of destruction is doing whatever he wants, creating stuff and cooking and...
Fucking start a YouTube cooking channel. Welcome back.
Then we,
18 followers.
then we have Desire. Desire is a beautiful, slim, and truly androgynous, capable of appearing as a man, woman, or neither.
Me too.
Desire has a cruel streak and a long-standing rivalry with Dream itself. Their symbol is a heart shape, like
The cock
container. Probably, it wouldn't surprise me at this point. Although Desire is Despair's twin, in a sense, they are older than Despair. The current incarnation of Desire is the original one, while Despair is currently in her second incarnation. So the avatar has been destroyed already once. We have Despair, the twin sister of Desire. The second Despair was a short, obese woman with grayish skin and irregularly shaped teeth.
It's an odd choice, okay.
Because it's Despair.
Oh.
Like Eeyore. She is always naked.
Me too.
Are you the ass?
I'm naked right now.
No, he's not. No.
Butt ass naked.
Despair has a cold, quiet, intelligent manner. She has a habit of carving her flesh with a hooked ring that she always wears.
Damn, girl, chill out.
This hooked ring is also her symbol. The aspect of Despair we see throughout the comics is not the original manifestation. Basically, the first Despair, in her first form, Despair had many of the same physical qualities of her later form, but is taller and is tattooed with intricate red lines. She was also much more talkative than her later incarnation was. So we get like a flashback of the old...
How cool she was?
Yeah. Until she became a fat, obese, naked lady. Never mind, I'm not going to be mean. Then we have Delirium. The youngest of the Endless, Delirium appears as a young girl whose form changes the most frequently of any of the other Endless, based on the random fluctuations of her temperament. She has wild hair and eccentric, mismatched clothes. Basically, think Cyndi Lauper. And you get... I know you don't know, but people that listen, they know who Cyndi Lauper is. Famous singer. I'll show you a picture later, and you'll say, oh, okay, that makes sense. I think that's actually who he based the character off.
You never know.
Let's see here. Her only permanent physical characteristic is that she has her eyes are green with silver flecks and the other is blue. But even though sometimes they switch from left to right. So it's always the same colors, just sometimes they'll flip around because it's delirium, like craziness. She was once known as Delight, but some traumatic event caused her to change into her current role. Her symbol is an abstract, shapeless blob of colors. And basically all of the, aside from the realms that the Endless possess of their own, so like I said, Dream has his entire dream realm.
Yeah.
They're all nigh omnipotent. There are some of the most powerful beings in the multiverse in their realms. The power is virtually all-powerful, nearly infinite power. In fact, the only beings who are more powerful than them are the Demergic archangels and the presidents.
You know how delusional I am? I can still catch these hands. I bet they can still catch both these.
Well, do you know who the Demuric archangels are?
No.
Lucifer and Michael.
Oh.
The two.
They can catch these hands too. That's how delusional. The indomitable human spirit. Everyone's going to start catching some hands.
You catch hands regardless.
If I fist fight a polar bear, I'll fist fight an angel.
Although with Lucifer, he might fuck you.
You can get it then. It's gonna earn that shit.
It's like, he'll look at you, it's like, Bodhi was the only thing we had in prison.
They find me in a Yamcha crater, face down, ass up.